#1 news station. You're watching Local News 8 at 5. Local people, local news.
But we start tonight with breaking news out of Jefferson County. The worry of fire officials is happening. Fire crews are responding to a fire just south of the Manan Butte. This is the same spot that has burned twice already this year. We are told that this fire is about 5 acres in size and several crews are responding to it. Highway 33 at Interstate 15 to the Butte is closed. Fire officials are extremely worried about the risk of fire in this area during the eclipse. We will have more on those concerns coming up a little later in this newscast. Well, the final countdown is here, and we are just hours away from one of the most watched solar eclipses in world history. In less than 24 hours, the total solar eclipse will make a dozen states, including eastern Idaho and western Wyoming, completely dark for just a matter of minutes. We have live team coverage of this historic event. Aaron O'Shaughnessy has our all-important forecast, but we start with Local News 8's Michaela Leung, who's in on the traffic watch tonight. Michaela, any problems to report?
Chris, there are just a few slowdowns right now, and we do expect traffic to pick up throughout the night into tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at some of the traffic cameras in our area. Here's a live look at Interstate 15 just outside of Malad. You can see several cars heading north. We are hearing reports that there is about a mile-long backup outside of Pocatello. If we head north, here's a live look at the interstate of north of Hamer. Again, no major issues here, and everything seems to be moving just fine. Across the border in Wyoming, this is a live look at the conditions over on the Teton Pass. Traffic itself is moving just fine, but you can see several cars parked at the pullout in the area. The eclipse experts say Jackson and Grand Teton National Park is one of the best viewing areas in the country, so we expect that traffic to pick up. Here is a live look at the latest road reports from the Idaho Transportation Department. Each dot represents a notice. Most of them are simply reminders of eclipse traffic. The only issue is on Highway 12 at the Montana state line. The highway here is closed because of a forest fire. You can check road conditions and traffic reports. Just download the Idaho Transportation Department's app. It has everything you need to know, and of course, we will keep you updated throughout the newscast and online at localnews8.com. Chris?
All right, thanks, Michaela. We'll check back with you a little later. And if you are planning on hitting the road, it might be a good idea to make sure the gas tank is full before you take off, and expect to pay up if you do have to fill up. The average gallon of gas in the state in Idaho is going for $2.71 a gallon. That is up 2 cents from just 24 hours ago, according to GasBuddy.com. If you're in the Pocatello area, you can expect to pay $2.60. And then in Idaho Falls, you are going to pay a little bit more. Gas in the city is going for an average of $2.63. Eclipse have to stay somewhere. Hotels and Airbnbs are full. They have been for months. A Mountain River Ranch in Ryrie is a campground, and its capacity of 180 people full. People there are a lot of families using the eclipse as a time for family vacation, even one family reunion. And there were groups from California to Canada, even New York. The owner of the ranch said they are offering many activities for the families to make them feel welcome before the eclipse.
We're serving lunch, and we've got music and wagon rides, typical of Mountain River Ranch wagon rides. So we've got that going on, and just a lot of interaction with the people that are here.
And if you happen to be watching us tonight and are thinking about trying to find a spot to pitch a tent, there is limited availability. We are told spots are available in the Mackey and Victor's area. There are also spots available at Sandy Downs, which is where the city of Idaho Falls is allowing camping. For a complete list of camping spots available, just log on to localnews8.com. All right, the woman of the hour, maybe the weekend, the next couple of days, the most important forecast. Aaron O'Shaughnessy, the #1 question if you want to know, will they have cloud cover or not?
You know, satellite imagery is looking really favorable that we're going to see just a little bit of cloud cover tomorrow. Other than that, it's going to be a nice clear sky. And coming up just a little bit later in the newscast, I'll talk more about that. But I do want to let people know that there is a red flag warning in effect, meaning that we are seeing ideal fire weather conditions, especially along the Snake River Plain in the eastern Magic Valley. Here's a visual representation of that area. So what this means is we're seeing dry weather conditions coupled with gusty winds. So if a fire was to start, it is likely likely that it would spread rapidly, so please use extreme caution when dealing with fire. That expires around 9 p.m. tonight. I'll send it back to you, Chris.
All right, thank you so much, Erin. The Great American Eclipse is not just bringing thousands to eastern Idaho and western Wyoming. From coast to coast, cities are preparing for an influx of people. And in some places, problems are already beginning. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez takes a look at how communities are preparing, continuing our Eclipse 2017 coverage.
The solar eclipse.
It's an exciting time.
Millions of people traveling from around the country and world.
I've had calls from Australia, England, Germany.
Heading to the prime spots for this celestial show.
We picked Nebraska to come to.
Creating massive traffic jams.
This is all heading into Prineville.
And some long lines for gas.
It's busy here.
From coast to coast, along the path of totality, a business boom.
Haven't been a tourist community before, but now we are overnight.
Many hotels at capacity.
They are just basically saying that, you know, we're booked up.
Makeshift campgrounds filling up.
I'm turning folks away for 3 days.
And those essential solar eclipse glasses.
You can't find them anywhere.
Selling out.
We ran through 25,000 plus glasses now.
Ahead of what's expected to be the most watched total solar eclipse in history.
But reports of crowds in some places may actually be scaring off travelers to other areas. This city is expecting about 100,000 people to come into town, but everyone we've talked to has said so far this is the least busy weekend here in years. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Lincoln City, Oregon.
Our coverage of the eclipse does not stop now. Coming up after 5:23, we're looking at how you can protect your pets as total darkness rolls in. You can always get the latest coverage and view a path of the eclipse online at localnews8.com. A quick crime alert to tell you about right now. The Idaho Falls Police Department is investigating a case of inappropriate touching of a child at Toffus Park Saturday. In a Facebook post, the victim's family said their child was approached by a man at the top of the slide. The suspect is described as being a male about 16 years old. Police were called and are investigating. In what police are calling an unrelated case, a woman says she was touched inappropriately while at the Riverwalk near Snake River Landing. The suspect in this case is described as a male in his late teens or early 20s. Police are asking anyone with information to give them a call. An update now on the Madison County barn fire we brought you as breaking news last night at 10. The Madison Fire Department says a firefighter suffered a knee injury while battling the fire on the 900 block of North 16th near Rexburg. The fire was called in about 8 o'clock last night. The fire department says the barn contained spray-on foam insulation, which allowed it to grow rapidly. There were reports of small explosions. Crews were able to prevent a nearby home from suffering any damage. The cause is under investigation. The injured firefighter is expected to be okay. Turning to politics now, and state representative from Idaho Falls is taking heat for comments he made about last weekend's deadly protest in Charlottesville, Virginia. In a story by the Idaho Statesman, which you see here, Republican Brian Zollinger reposted a conspiracy theory suggesting the event was an inside job to smear President Donald Trump and was plotted by former President Barack Obama. The story was written by a site called The American Thinker. The Statesman reports Zollinger called the article completely plausible. Zollinger is said to have later said the claims were probably wrong. News of Zollinger's post comes at the same time that President Donald Trump is returning to Washington, D.C. and the White House. The president will be without his former senior advisor and just days before he heads to Arizona for a controversial political rally there. David Wright has more from the Washington Watch.
After a tumultuous week full of criticism over his response to the violence in Charlottesville, a show of support for President Trump.
He doesn't say what's politically correct, and sometimes that gets him in trouble, but he does not have a racist bone in his body.
That from Jerry Falwell Jr. backing the president after his speech on Tuesday, a speech that even fellow Republicans called out for potentially defending white supremacists.
But not all of those people were neo-Nazis. Believe me, not all of those people were white supremacists. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Do you believe there were very fine people on both sides?
I have no idea. He has inside information that I don't have. I don't know if there were historical purists there who were trying to preserve some statues. I don't know.
Former Secretary of Homeland Security Jay Johnson says the president should have spoken in a way to unite, not divide the country.
I would encourage him through his words to try to do that, not just speak to his base, but to speak to all of America. He is the president for all of us in this country.
That debate continues, even as the White House is reeling from a separate staffing issue. Former chief strategist Steve Bannon still publicly talking about leaving the West Wing. In a new interview, Bannon says no administration in history has been so divided among itself.
You know, when the problem you have is when you have chaos among your staff in, staff out, new people here, new people there, it's hard to get anything done.
Bannon is already back at the helm of right-wing website Breitbart. On Saturday, its top story, a report that Ivanka Trump is taking credit for the Bannon departure. So far, no reaction to that from the president. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
Oh, reunited, and it feels so good. Former Idaho National Laboratory employees got together today. They gathered at Kate Curley Park. Some of the employees have known each other since the 60s. Some even came in from different states. They felt good to finally reconnect.
Just a good opportunity to renew old friendships from, since 1963 I've known some of these people. And we've all gone in different directions, different jobs, different states.
Exhilarating to be able to talk with them about what they're doing now and the things that we did together decades ago.
This reunion was in honor of the eclipse. Well, if you need some quick cash, the Powerball might be the way to go. Still coming tonight, the increasing jackpot that is breaking records. Also ahead at 5, pet protections as we move closer to the eclipse. What you need to know to make sure that your pets stay safe when total darkness rolls in. Plus a fire warning tonight as thousands come to town what the Bureau of Land Management is saying about the risk of human-caused fires. We're back after this.
Have a news story or a tip? Call us today.
Let Wingers cater your next event with their amazing wings, sticky fingers, salads, and more. Now that's freaking amazing.
A diabetes prevention program can change your life. I had gestational diabetes with 2 of my children. After my pregnancy, I was at risk for becoming diabetic, so I decided to enroll in the program. Activity minutes are a big part of the program, and then how can we get better nutritional value out of what you're eating? The side effect is changing your lifestyle is going to make you feel better. I did it, and so can you. Find a diabetes prevention program near you.
Information regarding children's programming on KIFI Local News 8's public file is available for inspection during regular business hours at the main office in Idaho Falls. It can also be found on the web at the following locations.
Classic Interiors, the leader in quality home furnishings and floor coverings in Southeast Idaho, is holding a massive restructuring sale. Our entire inventory is marked to sell off immediately. If you need a whole house full or just one piece, now is the time to buy. Everything has been marked for final sale, up to 60% off store-wide. With a massive overstock in our warehouse and new furniture arriving daily, we must make room. Don't miss the biggest sale in our 16-year history. Going on now at Classic Interiors in Idaho Falls. Hurry in for best selection.
Big commitment. You jump in with both feet and you don't look back. I'm Jeff Newgard, President and CEO of Bank of Idaho. To us, small business is big business. It's the common thread in our local economy. At Bank of Idaho, we believe that the most important thing we bring to the table is our passion for building strong personal relationships with small business owners. Bank of Idaho, committed to community like you.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The eclipse is Monday, and Local News 8 wants to get you excited. Check out our interactive map on our Eclipse page. Find out what the eclipse will look like from anywhere in the world. For everything Eclipse, it's localnews8.com's Eclipse page. Brought to you by Advantage Eye Center in Idaho Falls. Stop in and pick up your free Eclipse classes today.
Getting a live look at your eclipse weekend traffic. You're taking a live look at Highway 33 near the Wyoming-Idaho state line. Traffic doesn't seem to be a problem there, but if you are traveling west on Highway 33, you are going to encounter a problem once you get west of Interstate 15. Highway 33 there is completely shut down to the Manan Butte because of fire just west of the Manan Butte. Our Katie Kelleher is on the scene. She tells us that fire is 50 acres. They have shut Highway 33 until the fire is completely out. No reports of anybody being hurt right now. They have 7 engines. They're fighting it from the air and the ground. Katie's going to stay on the scene there and will update us throughout the night on that story and happening right now With all the extra visitors for the eclipse in town, the Bureau of Land Management is warning of the risk of a wildfire breaking out. That area where that fire is burning, the Manan Buttes, are the highest area of concern for the BLM. Already a popular spot, the BLM predicting the Buttes will be flooded with guests camping out to see the eclipse. Got the fire burning today. We've already had 2 other fires out there this summer. All of them were human caused, so the amount of people coming into this area is pretty concerning.
Right behind me is a fire that was started by fireworks earlier this year, and it went many acres. So that is one of our main concerns, is that we'll have something like this happen and we'll have all these people out here.
And officials are wary that some may try to celebrate the eclipse by using fireworks and lanterns. We don't know what started that fire that's currently burning right now, but a stage 1 fire restriction is in place, banning those items in campfires and unauthorized zones. They are also illegal to possess on BLM property any time of the year. We have a developing story we want to tell you about right now. 3 people are hurt when a plane crashed at the Warm Springs Creek Airport in Boise County. We don't know how bad those injuries are, and this did happen late Saturday afternoon. No word on what caused this plane to go down. The FAA is investigating. Yellowstone National Park officials are about to deliberately poison off non-native fish species in one of the park's major river drainages. The operation along the upper Gibbon River begins Monday, and it's going to include lakes into the river drainage. Park officials are targeting lake-dwelling grayling as well as rainbow trout and brock trout. They plan to reintroduce native species after the operation is finished. If you're looking to make some quick cash, well, consider buying a Powerball ticket. There were no winners in last night's drawing. That means the jackpot goes to $650 million. The grand prize could rank as the 3rd richest U.S. lottery jackpot of all time. Chances of picking up all 6 winning numbers stands at about 1 in 292 million. That means you're actually more likely to be killed by an asteroid.
Now, your first alert weather.
All right, let's talk some weather. Turning to our first alert Vipercast around 11 p.m. tonight. Things are going to stay mostly clear. However, it could get pretty gusty today, coupled with some dry weather conditions. Now, we have been looking at infrared satellite imagery, and we are seeing a weak weather disturbance that is going to move through the region tonight into tomorrow. So it's first going to hit central Idaho and then eastern Idaho. With that, we're going to see a band of high elevation cloud cover. So that's really going to be the major concern, is if that's going to impact the eclipse visibility. Later tonight, we'll see an update with model data, and we'll have a better idea of when that band of cloud cover is going to exit around the southeast region. Other than that, tomorrow it's going to stay relatively clear. That sunshine is going to be out, so you should be able to watch the eclipse in southeastern Idaho. However, the other major concerns for visibility would be smoke from any nearby wildfires. Going into Monday night, things are going to stay nice and clear. Going into Tuesday, we're going to see a low pressure system sweep through the northern Great Basin, and we're going to see some potential for some thunderstorm activity near Utah. Then as we head into Wednesday, that is going to move north, and on Wednesday we could see potential for isolated thunderstorm activity across the rest of the region Wednesday night and even Thursday. Turning to some of our lows for tonight and highs for tomorrow. Preston's going to see a high of 55 tonight, Montpelier 48, Afton 40. Temperatures tomorrow are going to range anywhere from into the upper 80s and beyond. Driggs is going to see a low of 46 tonight, Ashton 47, West Yellowstone 36. Highs for tomorrow range anywhere from those upper 70s up into the mid 80s. Arco will see a high of 79 tomorrow, Salmon 84, Chalice 85. Lows range anywhere from 47 for Mackey tonight, Arco 52, and Stanley in 38. Finish things up here in the Snake River Plain. Blackfoot, Idaho Falls, Rigby, Pocatello are all going to see temperatures in those mid to upper 80s. Lows for tonight range for the most part in those 50s. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of those 8-day forecasts for the rest of the week. Starting in Idaho Falls, we're going to see nice clear skies Monday and Tuesday. Monday, we're going to see a high of 85. Lows for this week, for the most part, are going to stay in those 50s. Salmon, a high of 88 on Tuesday. Wednesday night, potential for some thunderstorm activity. Saturday, a high of 83. Lows for this week for the most part in those upper 40s and low 50s. Jackson, a high of 85 on Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, 20% chance of that thunderstorm activity as that low pressure system makes its way through the region. And we'll finish things up here taking a look at Rexburg with a high of 84 tomorrow. Nice clear skies for the eclipse. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, potential for some thunderstorm activity. Lows for this week are going to stay in those upper 40s and low 50s. I'll send it back to you, Chris.
Aaron, thank you. Still ahead on the news at 5, we're talking pet protections with just hours until the total solar eclipse. Everything you need to know to keep your pets safe. We're back after this.
Skycam Network is sponsored by Carroll Home Financial, your retirement specialists planning for a financial peace of mind. Curtis and Porter Law has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Free consultation. Hands of Hope Home Health and Hospice. Taking care of you. It's what we do.
Need wiper blades? We've got you covered. The highly trained technicians at Jiffy Lube do more than just oil changes. We also exchange transmission fluid, rotate tires, and more. All in a jiffy.
Steve, at Teton Hyundai, we've got a terrific line of affordable SUVs. The new Tucson was named the best compact SUV for the money. Starting at just $22,700, an interior with premium touches, 32 mile per gallon fuel economy, all matched with an abundance of state-of-the-art technology features. For outstanding value, see the Tucson at Teton Hyundai, Cedar and Poline in Pocatello.
Hey, you're that lady from TV. Boy, I could use some magic.
Oh, I would be happy to grant you one wish if that would help.
One? What happened to 3?
I am semi-retired.
Oh, okay. Well, I lost my savings trying to pay the taxes on a sweepstakes I had won. Turned out to be a scam. Can you get my money back?
I am so sorry. You know, I can swing a wish now and then, but miracles, they're out of my league.
Today, I'm announcing something that we've never done in our 98 years at Smith Chevrolet, but you've got to act fast. We have a vision of a Smith Chevy car in every driveway in eastern Idaho. So we're offering you Chevrolet employee pricing on the Cruze, Malibu, Sonic, Impala, Spark, and Volt. That's the price that I and the folks that built the car would pay. Plus, you keep all rebates. Chevy passenger cars at factory employee pricing. Just another way that Smith Chevrolet has turned the auto industry upside down.
Oh, we continue to track your traffic this weekend. Michaela Leong here now with what we are seeing on the highways. Michaela.
Chris, we've been anticipating for months now, and it's time. According to the Idaho Transportation Department, traffic is picking up. Here's a live look at Interstate 15. Idaho Transportation Department said traffic heading north has tripled. The good news is they say slowdowns are at a minimum and the traffic is flowing. ITD says we should anticipate heavy congestion tomorrow as visitors pour in. There is some traffic in the Pocatello area, so be prepared for that. As always, we'll keep you updated. Live in the studio, I'm Michaela Leong.
Thanks, Michaela. Continuing our eclipse coverage now, let's talk about your pets. We all know we have to protect our eyes with special glasses, but what you may not realize, the same goes for your pets. Let's say it is important to make sure we protect our animals' eyes from the sun. They can suffer the exact same damage that humans' eyes can, and we can't get our pets to wear eclipse glasses or listen to the warning. So make sure that you keep them inside. If you have birds or any sort of animals, you're going to want to keep them away from the windows, keep horses inside. That way you can protect their eyes because you can't put those eclipse glasses on their face. Local News 8 is your place to catch the eclipse live. Our 2-hour special of eclipse coverage begins tomorrow morning at 11. We have a team of reporters, myself included, spread out across eastern Idaho and western Wyoming. Join us as we share this once-in-a-lifetime special event with you. A live look over Idaho Falls tonight, a check of your eclipse forecast when we return with Aaron O'Shaughnessy.
Marvel's Inhumans, debuting on IMAX screens September 1st, premiering on ABC September 29th.
The all-new Teton Honda is open and committed to delivering the best customer experience possible. With expanded hours and a huge selection of both new and certified pre-owned Honda vehicles, we make car shopping easier.
Plus, our Teton Service Repair Department is 3 times larger for quick customer service. Come visit the new Teton Honda and enjoy a no-problem customer experience in Pocatello, 1921 Hurley Drive.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes. Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good. Who does that anymore?
So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters. It's summer road trip time, so stop by for a free pre-trip safety check.
Unwanted fires will cause $28 million in property loss this year alone. Put a lid on this damage by following these safety tips. Position your grill 3 feet away from other objects. Use starter fluid only with charcoal. Always check the propane connection. Never bring a barbecue grill indoors. Another safety tip brought to you by Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company of Idaho and this station.
From the makers of the best-selling Yamaha Grizzly and Kodiak 700 comes the all-new Kodiak 450, the world's only midsize ATV with Yamaha-proven off-road capability, all-day comfort, and confidence-inspired performance. The all-new Kodiak 450, starting at just $59.99.
Come see the outdoor innovators at Rexburg Motorsports or go to gearhead.com.
Local News 8 Sportsline is sponsored by your local Toyota dealers. The total solar eclipse is Monday, and everybody is ready to celebrate. Local News 8 wants to see what you and your family did during the eclipse. So whether you're out at one of the community celebrations or a small family gathering, share it. Send us your pictures and video of where you were, what you did, and who you were with before, during, and after the eclipse to hashtag Eclipse 2017. And we'll share them during our newscasts on our website and Facebook page. Come on, Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming, share how you celebrated the total solar eclipse.
This might be the most important forecast of your career.
I know.
That it's nice tomorrow for the eclipse.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the last couple 8-day forecasts. Pocatello, nice clear skies tomorrow with a high of 87 degrees. Then it's going to warm up even more by the time that we hit Tuesday with a high of 90. Lows for this week for the most part are going to stay in those upper 50s and low 60s. Blackfoot, also nice clear skies tomorrow with a high of 85, and that sunshine is going to stick around through Tuesday.
Okay, perfect eclipse forecast. All right.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Thanks, Aaron J. Hildebrandt and Michael Coates back with you tonight at 10. More news on locanews8.com. Have a good night, everybody.
Celebrate the total solar eclipse with the sights and sounds of Pink Floyd. See the spectacular light and laser show and enjoy a few more breaks. Sunday, August 20th, Idaho Falls Civic Auditorium. Visit afmbtickets.com now.
Facing life's difficulties takes strength and determination. Whether it's physical challenges or struggles you can't see, it takes strength to ask for help when you need it. Learn how other veterans have reached out for help and hear their stories of strength and recovery at MakeTheConnection.net.
Only Sizzler gives you steak or Malibu chicken or fried shrimp plus our endless salad and dessert bar for an incredible $9.99. Tender juicy steak or Malibu chicken or a half dozen fried shrimp plus our endless salad and dessert bar for only $9.99. Only at Sizzler.
For over 50 years, KIFI Local News 8 has been there, supporting the needs of our community and every big story. And now, Local News 8 has entered a whole new era of broadcasting with on-air, online, and on demand. Local News 8 is growing, and we need media specialists to help local advertisers grow their business with television and digital advertising. To apply, log on to localnews8.com and select the About tab. Join the Local News 8 advertising team and be a part of our exciting future.
It's the final days of Furniture Row's 45th anniversary sale. Your last chance to save up to 45% throughout the store on dining, living, bedrooms, and more. Plus, you can score up to 45 months, no interest financing, and a chance to win a trip for two to Hawaii. Come celebrate and save up to 45% at the final days of the 45th anniversary sale at Furniture Row. Family owned and operated for 45 years.
Tonight, the major cosmic event. We're on the eve of the eclipse. Millions of Americans getting ready to see history, creating what could be the largest traffic jam ever. Where you need to be to get the best view, and the one thing that could ruin it all. Breaking news out of Hollywood, Jerry Lewis has died. The comic genius, movie star, and bumbling sidekick.
Class dismissed.
He was also a titan of telethons, raising billions for charity. Trouble in Trump country after the president's mixed messages on Charlottesville, and one of his worst weeks yet, a new poll shows him losing support in 3 key states that gave him the White House. And jackpot hacker. With lottery fever in the air, tonight, meet the computer programmer about to be sentenced for manipulating lotteries in 5 states, earning millions.